Okay. Oh man, I just had to end my stream before because I had a phone call and then I needed to sort something out. And I don't know how to do it while I'm streaming. I had to transfer some money actually, and I was thought, oh, maybe I should end my stream and not do that while I'm streaming, just in case everyone sees my passwords or something. But I'm back. These ones down here, these really bright, vibrant pink. This is Celosia, and there is a bug on here. Look at that. It is getting eaten, and I don't know where the bad guy is. But something is having a feast of these plants. Cheeky little thing. I wonder if I can find it actually. Sometimes they're just literally just hanging out underneath the leaves. Can't really see him. And somebody said that if you go out at nighttime, you're more likely to find them, because sometimes they do a lot of their eating at night. Okay, so happy that my stream's back out. This one here is crepe myrtle. It gets really pretty pink flowers. And I have another one over there. And I actually have 2 diamonds in the dark red flowering crepe myrtle as well, but when I bought them, there's a little bit of confusion because the labels said red, and there was another one that said red, and then it actually had a pink flower, and I was like, oh, am I actually going to get a pink flower or a red flower on this? Because it said it was red, but some of them were labeled wrong, so I don't know what I'm gonna get. Look at that beautiful color. Oh my goodness. Oh, if only you could see just how vibrant and stunning this is right now. It's so pretty. So I'm just watering because I'm going to be going away for a couple of days, and I want to make sure that everything is happy while I'm gone, because I don't want to come back and then find my plants have died, because it is really hot here. And even though the temperatures have cooled down a tiny bit, plants still dry out a lot during the day. This one here is blueberry. I don't know if you can see, there's a couple of blueberries on, but they're a little bit had it. I'll show you this one over here actually. This is another blueberry, and it's gotten really tall. See, there's a blueberry right there. That one's a little bit bigger. That one's edible. Some of these others are really tiny because it is at the end of the season, so the fruit it's getting now is kind of had it, kind of tiny. Look at this beautiful color. This is Celosia, and it is a beautiful hot pink color. It's so pretty. Something some gardeners have told me is that to make your garden look really pretty, you need to use repetition. So like using the same flowers regularly in your garden. And this is one, the Celosia, that I'm thinking if I repeat that down the other end here, I think that will tie it all in nicely. Because having repetitive flowers or plants in your garden, it just makes it, I think, more visually beautiful. And everything kind of pops more. Whereas if you just have one pretty flower plant, or say 20 different plants like I have at the moment, just all different, it can look a little bit chaotic, and your eyes don't often know where to focus. Whereas using repetition, I think it has a better effect. This one here, this is huge right now. This is just another hot pink petunia. It doesn't really like it when I water it. It goes really, I'll show you, if I water it, all the flowers go really sad and droopy, but it has to get watered. Also, another tip is if you're watering pots, it's always good to focus on the soil, not the plant. so you'll see that that's why I'm watering where I am, because I'm trying to get all the water into the soil. Because unlike the plants that are in the ground, plants in pots, they dry out quicker, whereas there can be a lot of moisture under the ground, but not in pots. The plants use it up and they dry out quick, and so they do often need to be watered more often. Everything's getting a really good drink. This one's growing a lot. This was really tiny. It used to be only this small, and now as you can see it's grown up. So that's gotten quite tall now in just like a couple months. It's growing really well. Happy about that. A lot of these ones I grew from seed. So I've got some beautiful yellow snapdragons, some petunias, with some white snapdragons in here too. Oh, look at this. So exciting. So this is a balloon flower, and this is what I was talking about earlier. Look at the balloon. So they make a pretty little balloon shape, and they get fatter and fatter, and then they pop open into a beautiful flower. And there's actually a few on here. Some are a lot more bigger than others, and this one's, yeah, nice and fat. I'll deadhead this, take this little flower off. But yeah, and this pink petunia, again, it's self-seeded into another pot, and then I decided to plant it in here. Just giving them all a good water. This one over here, this is an azalea. And oh man, usually I put the labels in these plants. It's probably in there somewhere, but it's probably covered in dirt. But this one hasn't flowered for me yet. It hasn't bloomed for me, but I think it will have really pretty pinky orange flowers when it opens, like maybe apricot color. And it looks like there's a lot of buds on here, but nothing's opening, and I'm not really sure what to do to get it to open, because they've been sitting like that for quite a long time. Maybe it needs more sun. But yeah, this is what I do every 2 days. Every second day I come out and water all my plants, and I have a lot. I have over 100, so it does take a bit of time. It used to take me half an hour. Now it takes me just over an hour, I guess. This is an Australian native. This one is Cootamundra wattle, and it gets blue. It's a really blue and purple, which is really fascinating. And then the flowers are like little yellow pom-poms. So it's really pretty. And the reason I got this one, I actually grew this one from seed. I have a few others as well that are smaller. But I grew this because my grandma actually loved the Cootamundra wattle. And there was a song called Cootamundra wattle that she loved. And they played it at her funeral. So I thought it'd be nice for me to grow that plant as well, just to remember my grandma by, as a little reminder. Now this is crazy. I threw a lot of my dead flowers in here, as you can see, and it looks nasty as, but the reason it looks like this is this pot doesn't have any holes for drainage, and so when it rains it just gets full of water. And I decided not to put holes in it. I thought I'd let it go because the plants seem to not mind it, but it does take a lot longer to dry out. Now these down here, these are all my little seedlings that I grew from cherries. So I bought cherries in the supermarket, and then I went and put them in the fridge, put them through the stratification process. And now you can see all my little baby cherry trees, which some of them look healthier than others. I get, as you can see here, I get leaf cutter bees. And these leaf cutter bees, it's actually, oh, look at this one. You can see all the semicircles cut out of it. Yeah, so one of my shorts that I just uploaded yesterday shows a leaf cutter bee in action cutting my trees. They cut the leaves, and I actually managed to get it on video. So that's one of my shorts that I just uploaded yesterday. And you can see it, how it does it, which I thought was very interesting, because when I first saw this happen to my leaves, I was like, oh no, what is this? What has done this? My poor tree. But apparently, leaf cutter bees are really good pollinators. They're really helpful. Yes, they do make plants look a little bit sadder, but the plants are still healthy, and it shouldn't hurt the plant actually. This one down here, oh, I got a little flower open. And another one starting to open here. This is, I'll get it out actually, I'll show you. Leptospermum ballerina. And this is supposed to get absolutely covered in pretty little dainty flowers. And it's another Australian native. I don't have many Australian natives. I only just started getting a couple just to kind of help the wildlife come to my yard. But yeah, and so this is my new one that I just got recently. It's very small and I haven't repotted it. And it's very dainty, even the leaves are very fine. But I'm excited for when it's covered in flowers. And this one here, with this cheeky little grub, and another cheeky grub here. This is a Cara, I think it's called a Cara orange tree. And I did have an orange on here, but it got stung by something and fell off really quickly. And pests are annoying. Oh, hey. Hey there, Gravelagia. How are you? Thanks for popping by. Oh, and look at this pest. See this? See this making the patterns on the leaves? Burrowing into the leaves, that's also a pest. So I'm going to have to come through here and take all those affected leaves off so that it doesn't keep spreading toward the other leaves. Hi, I'm good, thanks. How are you? I'm good, thank you. I am just watering my plants. I think that's enough water for that one. The lemons don't need as much water, and I discovered that the hard way because all the leaves started going really yellow, and I didn't think anything much of it because I thought, oh yeah, lemons are yellow, so maybe it's normal for the leaves to be yellow too. But then somebody came to my yard and they actually said, oh, your lemons are very yellow like the leaves, and I was like, is that not normal? And so I realized it was from overwatering, and that even though the weather can be really hot and all the soil can really dry out, the lemons actually prefer it. They prefer it quite dry. So I try not to water them as much as I water everything else. But you can see there's one here. And I've got a couple over here, covered in bird poop. Very, very tasty. It's what you want on your lemons. This is a little liquid amber. Now this one I actually started growing on one of my roots of my liquid amber tree, and I cut it off and it managed to keep growing and I kept it alive. And one of my long form videos that I first uploaded, that's what I was doing. I was trying to save these little tiny baby trees from the bigger tree because they started to sprout from the roots. So yeah. Beautiful. Thank you. This one here, this is a plum tree, a Mariposa plum. I took a lot of the leaves off because they all looked a little bit affected by spider mite, and I didn't want that spreading more. But I do need to treat it properly, but I just removed a lot of the leaves for the meantime. By the way, I was streaming before, and My stream was doing pretty good, but then I got phone calls and I lost all my viewers that were in the chat. And that was a little disappointing, but I had to deal with something, so you can only do what you can do. It's all right. Look at the big fat trunk this tree is getting. This is only a very young tree and it's already getting so tall, all the way up to the top of the shed. And it's getting a nice solid trunk. I have to make sure I water it really well because I'm not going to be here over the next few days to be able to water anything, so I want them to have lots of water. This one is another plum. This one's a cherry plum tree, and it got pruned not long ago, and it started to put out some new leaves, but I have a little bit of sickness going around some of my trees at the moment, and I got to try and treat them. You can see it's actually shooting out some fresh new leaves at the top. I'll bring it down so you can see. So you can see that's all new growth. I wish that new growth would be back here though, instead of right here on the end of this already super long branch. Hey, hey, hey. Just moving through. This one's here is a cherry. This one's a mini royal cherry. And the leaves are so big. I don't know if you can see, but they got really big leaves compared to the plum tree. You see the difference? The plum here and then the cherry. The leaf difference is really big. And I like it. I like the big leaves on the cherry trees. And I noticed that with my seedlings. If I show you over here, see, these are only tiny little seedlings and already their leaves are really quite large, which I think is cool. They look very pretty. This one here is a apple blossom, which would have had so many beautiful flowers, but now it's all turned into all these little apple balls. And I think this one is supposed to be an Australia native as well. With my smaller pots, it's harder to know how much water to give them. With the big ones, I kind of can tell, like, if I'm giving them enough, but I can never tell with the smaller ones. Some of the leaves are changing color in here because the weather's starting to cool down. We had about 3 or 4 days of rain, and that rain brought colder weather. And now I've noticed since then a lot of my leaves are starting to change color. They're going a little bit yellow or orange. Some are going red, or one of my plum trees is going red. So hopefully I'll get all those beautiful autumn colors soon, because we're only a couple weeks away from autumn. I think that's enough. I love my cherry trees. You can see here, actually, see all this green? That's all the new growth. The green is the new growth. There's another one here popping out some new stuff, and over here. And just only 4 days ago, that green wasn't really there. But with all the rain we've had, it's shot out a couple of inches. And that's cool to see because now I can gauge how much it's grown just in only a few days. This one I'm watering here, this is another plum. It's actually a Satsume plum. And this one will get absolutely gorgeous flowers and beautiful fruit. So I'm excited and looking forward to that. That's why spring is so amazing. Because there is so much fresh new flowers and fruit that come with the season. But I'm also looking forward to winter and having all of these lose their leaves too. This is a feijoa, and I think they're more native to New Zealand, but I'm not really sure exactly where they originate. But this plant here can put out really beautiful flowers, and it has really delicious fruit as well. And unfortunately, I haven't had that yet on this tree. I haven't got any fruit or flowers yet. Maybe next season, because sometimes I think the trees need to adjust a bit to the climate. And since I haven't had it that long, and maybe just hasn't been enough time for it to adjust to the weather here. This one that's turning red already. This is supposed to be another crepe myrtle. It's supposed to be a white crepe myrtle. Now it's strange though because it's got red leaves in here, but it's also got like a lot of new growth. A lot of new growth sprouting, so I'm not sure really what it's trying to do at the moment. Part of me thought I was worried a little bit, thinking, oh, is it dying? Is it okay? But it's put out a lot of new growth as well, so I think it is fine. And look at this sad, sad thing. Ah, this was my beautiful pawpaw tree. And it was so gorgeous, and I had fruit on there, and then we had some really bad weather and I lost everything, and now it's been overridden with bugs. I still water it because I'm thinking that I'm keeping it alive. But I think it's pretty much had it. Now I have heard a myth that if you cut it in half and then stick a tin on it, like a empty tin, it'll help it come back to life. So I could try that, could give it a go. This one here is another beautiful crepe myrtle. This is a diamonds in the dark crepe myrtle. And it's supposed to have red flowers. But I noticed the labeling in the shop was wrong. So who knows what we're gonna get. Ooh! I'll just show you. There's a little spider in here. And over here we have another bug. And I really don't like the look of that one. That actually looks like an assassin beetle, and they scare me so much because assassin beetles, apparently their sting is extremely painful, and they have put people in hospital. And in some countries I've heard assassin beetles have killed people. So that's not nice to see that little guy. I often get really terrified when I see them. think that's enough water for that one. I'm trying to keep away from that beetle. It's got me a bit scared because I am quite scared of them. And this is my first day going live, and so I haven't had any bad experiences going live before because it's my first time, but I really wouldn't want to get bitten by an assassin beetle on my first day going live. That would not be very good. Might be entertaining for people to watch, but for me that would be very, very painful and scary. This one is a yellow guava. You can see there's some fruit over here. So they will turn yellow and they are delicious. There's another one here. And a couple down here. And there's another flower and a little spider in here. And so, oh, he's cute. Pretty little spider. Trying to get a good view of him. Hello, little guy. Very pretty. But yeah, these fruit are really tasty. All they have to do is turn yellow and then I think they'll be ripe. And it looks like I've got some more coming on here as well. So that'll be good to get some more. And I think that tree doesn't really like too much water either, so I'll move on to this one. This one I'm worried about, and if anybody knows about gardening. Oh, there are some new leaves. Those little red leaves are new, so that's a good sign. Oh, and here, some new red leaves. But if you look at these ones, they've got white on them, and that kind of concerned me because I didn't know if it was powdery mildew. And that started to make me kind of freak out because I don't want to lose this plant. This is a Niagara, what's it called? Prunus nigra. And it's a plum, and it gets beautiful flowers, and it's supposed to be a beautiful tree, but I'm just concerned about the white leaves. Worried that it might be powdery mildew because it could be really bad for the tree. Giving it a good water. But I am so excited and happy to see that it's got some new leaves on there, some new red ones. Because there's tiny little red leaves, that's new growth, and that's a really good sign. Because if a tree is really unhappy, often it won't put out new growth. So it's a good sign to see some new leaves. Gotta give this one a good water. I think that's enough. And this is a Colorado blue spruce. And we're in a hot climate here, so kind of unsure how it's gonna go, but it is a beautiful, beautiful tree. And I'm really hoping that it will keep growing really beautifully and get bigger and bigger. I do just have it in a pot. But the benefits of that is that I can move it around if I need to. Like if it needs more sun or more shade, or just to get out of the weather in general. If the weather gets too bad, I can move it. So having plants in pots is beneficial for me because I can move them around. And I have already moved all of these around. A lot of my plants I used to have more up around the house, but then they weren't getting enough sun. And I could see that they weren't getting enough sun. Their leaves were struggling, and the tree just didn't seem like it was thriving. So I put it out in the sun, and now it seems to be doing a lot better. Now I think this one here is a Canadian maple, and it has longer maple leaves. When I say longer, like the middle is longer instead of wide, it's long. If you can see these other maple leaves, a bit more wide. whereas these ones are more long. I hope that makes sense. Man, it's getting so hot here. It's about 3 p.m. and I'm feeling the heat. This one is a sugar maple, and it hasn't really been, it just put out these leaves when at the end of winter it shot out these leaves, and it hasn't put out any extras, and I was hoping it would keep growing, keep putting out leaves, but it really hasn't. It's only put out the same leaves. How do I say, these are the leaves it put out straight after winter, and it hasn't put out any more. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. It hasn't put out any more. Only these ones. And some of them are not looking too healthy. I really need to find out what's going on with it. It could be the hot weather. Maybe it doesn't like the hot weather here. I was excited when it first put out those leaves though. And I thought it was originally doing better than this one over here. But now I can see this one over here is doing better than this one. So... oh, and this one here, I don't even remember what it's called. I ordered it online and then unfortunately it didn't really come with a label, and I'd have to go through and find the receipt to find out what it's called. But it is so pretty. It has a real blue kind of color. But yeah, it's a pretty little pine of some sort. And I love the contrast between this color and the red maple. Just the difference in the color of them is just so beautiful. Look at that color, man. That's so stunning. Look at that. And you can see I've got pressure growing down the bottom. A lot of people will complain and say, oh, you have to leave your root flare open. And it actually is. It is above the soil, the root flare. But this pressure has taken over the top. Man, it looks so pretty though. Look at that. Take out these dried up leaves. And there's a rock in here. It's getting overtaken as well. And a little beetle walking around. I hope he's a good guy and not a bad guy, because I don't really want any more pests. But yeah, this maple is looking stunning. And I have to make sure I give it lots and lots of water. Look at that color. I honestly can't get enough. Look how bright and vibrant that is. And then in here, it's got a totally different color pattern going on. It's like green. Look at that. I'm gonna put the hose down for a second so I can show you. Look at the green pattern in here. It's hard to think that this is the same tree as this. It's just getting more shade in there, so it's not turning red. And that is why I put it in the sun, because I had this tree in the shade a bit to protect it from the sun, and it was quite green. And then I heard online that if a tree tends to turn red, yellow, blue, you should put them in the sun. And so I did that, and it has just made a big comeback. It is no longer green. Sure, there's a little bit in there where it's shady, but it is now vibrant red. Look at these gorgeous leaves. So pretty. think it's had enough now. Such a beautiful tree. Then I've got this little lemon scented conifer over here. It's starting to grow nice and lush, but there's a bit of spider web going from this tree to this tree, so I don't really want to get my hands in there too much because I don't know where the spider is. He'll be in here somewhere. Oh, that maple's looking so good right now. It's so beautiful. Look at that. So stunning. Makes me happy. And I can see it so vibrant when I look out the window as well. All these little fresh red leaves really stand out from inside the house. I think that one's good enough. This one is growing really well. All that yellow is new growth, and that makes me happy. Always makes me happy to see when my plants have got new growth, showing that they're thriving. I'll point out this one actually. So this is a Sango Kaku Japanese maple, and the wind and the sun has really got to these leaves. You can see they're really drying out. And I thought I might try to fix it by removing some of the dead leaves. And you can see it was very happy that I did that, because all this new fresh growth here that is so beautiful all came about when I took off a lot of the dead leaves. So I'm starting to think that if you do have a maple that looks like it's struggling and the leaves are like getting a little bit crispy, remove the dead leaves and see how it goes. It might just pop out some new fresh leaves looking a lot healthier. It has this beautiful red bark. I used to have this tree in the shade to try and protect it from the sun, but the red bark started to fade. And I know that one of the features of the Sango Kaku is the red bark, and I needed to put it in the sun for it to be its beautiful best red self. And it has. You can see where it's getting a bit more shade at the back. It's not as red. It really is red where it's in the sun, which makes me wonder if it's like sunburn. It's very interesting. Okay, these little ones. Now this breaks my heart. See these couple of trees? These are a ginkgo biloba. They grow big and yellow and stunning. But my mower man came through, and I had these over that side of the yard. And the mower man came through with weed killer, and he got my ginkgo biloba trees, and now you can see they have a lot of dieback on them from the weed killer. And I was so devastated when I discovered that, because I thought, man, the mower man doesn't even know the value of this little plant, and he nearly killed it. It was so close, but luckily I removed some of the dead leaves. I could remove more. And then it started putting out beautiful fresh ones at the top. And I was like, phew, it's still alive. I almost lost it. And same as this one. Started putting out new fresh leaves after I removed the dead ones. And I was so cranky because I almost lost these valuable little trees when the mower man used weed killer. I don't think he even realizes. I don't think he knows the trouble he's in. And I'm also a little bit too shy to say anything. So next time he came, I just moved them out of the way. instead of saying something. I don't really want to offend anybody. This is a Crimson Century, and there's some Praesia in here too. Looking so pretty. I love all the little white flowers it gets. But yeah, this Crimson Century, it had beautiful purple leaves. And I think with the hot weather, it started to go a little bit green. A little bit green on there. But it is still looking very pretty and purple. And with the colder weather coming, it should grow like a vibrant burgundy maybe. Vibrant burgundy color. Some of the leaves are looking a little crusty. Look at that. I might take those ones off. I don't like leaving crusty leaves on trees. I just feel like it's... Look at that. I think it's not good for the tree to leave bad leaves on it, because they might spread disease or something. A lot of them are affected by spider mite, so I'm gonna have to treat them, which is a pain. Oh yeah, yeah. Ay, ay, ay. I've noticed with my Praesia, this green in here, it grows better if I keep the dirt off it. When too much dirt gets on top, it actually starts to die. So I try to keep the dirt, pushing it, try to hose it away from the green, so that it's kind of, the dirt's underneath it, not on top of it. It's just something I noticed, that it grows better when there's no dirt on top. It doesn't like dirt on top of it. And it is tricky to keep it off because the water pushes a lot of it on there. Here's another ginkgo biloba that also got a little bit affected by weed killer. But hopefully it will survive and make a comeback. I'm actually not sure about them, the ginkgo biloba trees, because I bought them as tiny little seedlings. And they're quite short, but they get really tall, and I do want them to get a lot taller. And I'm just wondering if maybe if I repot them, maybe they'll start to grow a lot. Hey, I didn't know you were still here listening. I thought I was just talking to myself. How's work, by the way? Are you busy at work? This has a lot of new growth, all that yellow new growth. Love seeing new growth on my plants. Makes me happy. A lot of these do take a really long time to grow. Like these ginkgo biloba trees and these ones down here. A lot of my conifers and pines, they take a long time to grow. So whenever I see signs of growth on them, it makes me happy, because I get a bit impatient waiting. And now look at this pretty Japanese maple. So this one is Acer palmatum Japanese maple. It's just a basic common Japanese maple that you can get quite easily here. Well, not actually easily, but you can order it in, because not many people grow these around here, I've noticed, in my area. It's not common, but I think I do see a lot of people just order them in. And I like to collect these Japanese maples, so I try to find out where I can get them. And a lot of seasons you can't even get them in, so it's a bit of a waiting game. Look at this. Look at this. Hang on. I'll put the hose down. Look at this beautiful growth here. All the color. Makes me so happy. It looks so pretty. And up here. Love all this new growth. Hey! And this is interesting. These leaves back here are going a little bit dark. didn't know that that was going to be a color that I would get on here, is this darker color. Because you've got the green and the red and the orange, but there's actually like a real dark shade on here as well. So that's interesting. Go back to watering. I'm nearly finished actually. I don't have long to go. Oh, my next tree is stressing me out at the moment. The next one I show, it's not doing as well as I would like. This one's doing good, and a lot of these others are doing pretty good. Looking really healthy and happy. Just gonna come around here. I like that view. That's a nice view. All those bursts of color. Love it. Yeah, so this one here, this one is oh, I need to remember. What's this one? Oh, October Glory, I think. Either Autumn Glory or October Glory. But the leaves are not looking too happy. Some of them are, some of them aren't. And excuse me. I don't really know how to make this tree happier. I've tried a few different positions in the yard. I've tried more water, I've tried less water. I just can't make this one happy. It just seems temperamental. Ugh, I've got a knot in the hose. Gotta love gotta love these hoses that do that to us. Yeah, I really don't know what's wrong with this tree or how to help it. It's tall, like that's quite tall up there. It's as tall as the fence. So it's getting the height, it's just the leaves are not looking too healthy. Like I said before, try to get off as much of this as I can off the leaves of the pressure so that it can grow better. Kind of trying to direct all the dirt away from the pressure. Go that way. Because I want it to grow nice and healthy and cover. I want it to eventually cover the whole pot like it did with my Atropurpureum maple. Oh well, that'll do. And this one, now this is supposed to be Diamonds in the Dark Crepe Myrtle, best red. My flowers were pink. As you can see, that's looking really pink, but my friend said give it a couple of days and it will go red. So I'm giving it some time. It still looks pink to me, but I'll give it a couple of days and see if it goes redder, because I want to make sure I got the right plant. I don't want to have the wrong one because the label was wrong. I'm actually going to clean these up a little bit. I don't like all this mess in the pots. I want them to look tidy and fresh. I do get this plant from my neighbor. It weeps a lot into my yard. Makes a mess. It's not ideal, but it's not really much I can do about it except to keep cleaning it up. Sometimes it's best to keep the peace, hey, and not upset the neighbors. Even if something inconveniences us, sometimes it's like, it's not worth it, you know? It's not worth the problems. Just keep the peace. Giving this one a nice drink. Oh, and that hose again. Always getting a knot. Does anyone have tips for how to stop these? How to stop these knots in the hose? Alright, this one is a nectarine. It is a sun snow nectarine, and this one I was keeping it separate to my other plants because it looked like it had a little bit of disease in the leaves. So I wanted to treat it away from my other plants. See? I don't want it spreading to my other trees. This had the most gorgeous flowers in spring. But now, yeah, it's really struggled through summer, just only because it seems like it's got this bit of disease, gunshot disease, I think it is. I need to treat it. I get conflicting messages, you know, like if I look, oh, this hose. It's annoying me now. If I go on like Google and try to look up, okay, what's wrong with my tree, or ChatGPT or whatever, send a photo through. Sometimes it says, oh, you need to remove the branches. Sometimes it says you need to treat it with pesticide, you know, and it gives different answers. And sometimes it can be hard to know really what to do to help your tree. Because I don't really want to cut it all the way back down to the bottom, especially if that doesn't fix the problem anyway. But if I just remove the leaves, maybe put some kind of pest killer on here or something, I don't know. I gotta work it out anyway. I think it's one of those things I've been putting off because I think I'm worried that I'll do the wrong thing and then it won't work, so I put it off. And that's enough for that one. Now this one here, this is my cherry blossom. So Yukon cherry blossom. It's got new leaves coming out. I took a lot of the dead ones off, as you can see. A lot of them were getting too crispy and dead. I took a lot of them off. But I'm happy that now it's been putting out new leaves. And there's a new little growth coming out here as well. I don't know if you can see that. It's not wanting to focus. But this one I'm hoping will do really well in spring again. It was so stunning this past spring, and then it just really didn't like summer, and it got really affected by the heat in summer. First I had it in shade and it didn't like the shade, so then I put it in the sun and the leaves got fried. It's really been difficult this summer keeping this tree happy, just keeping it alive, to be honest. But yeah, like I said, in spring it was looking amazing. So I just try to keep the watering up on it. And I've noticed that it does prefer the sun instead of the shade, but it does get scorched. That's enough. I know it looks like a swimming pool, but all of that does go down because it does have pretty good drainage in these pots. And this is my lavender, which you can see what's dead on here and what's alive. There is quite a little bit of dead on here because it's at the end of its flowers now. So now it's got a lot of die off that I can cut off. What do you call it? Die back? Yeah. And this doesn't like too much water and it doesn't like too much shade. It likes lots of sun. And it likes to dry out quite a bit. But I do need to give it a drink every now and then. We are nearly finished. Okay. This area often has prickles, so I'm a little bit nervous walking over here. These are a few more of my little seedlings. I've got a couple of Cootamundra wattles and a lot of things that have self-seeded, and things that I'm yet to find out what they are. I often had a lot of seedlings organized, and I'll just put the hose down. I was growing quite a lot in here, but yeah, so there's a Cootamundra wattle right here. It's very tall, and these like to get really deep roots. So I'm assuming this would be really root bound at the moment because it's such a small pot. I need to repot it. And there's another one here, a little one. This little one over here has been eaten by grubs. And yeah, not a lot going over here with these ones. Oh, this tree has blown over. Ugh. I need to repot this, and I haven't done it yet, but I've really got to get around and doing it. But yeah, I think this is a fig, type of fig, and this one I have no idea what this is, but it came in a pack of a mixed pack of flower seeds for the bees, so I'm yet to find out when it blooms what it actually is. But I'll just water them. I just got to stop these knots in the hose so the hose can work. And I need to feed the fish actually. I'm just giving these a light water because a lot of these plants don't like a lot of water. There's a lot of weeds in there too, as you probably saw. This is kind of the area that I've been neglecting a lot because it's a lot of things that I've got to sort out, but I just haven't got around to it. My little maple seedlings. And I think I'll give some fresh water to the fish. I have a filter down here. I've got a solar filter down here for the fish pond, but it got really, really dirty and I took it out to clean it. I haven't got around to putting it back in yet. So I find that one of the best ways I can kind of filter out the water at the moment is just to run the hose in it for a while. And that helps to oxygenate the water. This is that beautiful fern I was talking about before, but it's got a bit of sun damage. It doesn't like sun at all, but it is really pretty. My husband said he likes this one. And then I've got a few maples in here. A lot of my plants are needing a lot of maintenance at the moment because I have a lot of issues. A lot of them are getting spider mite, and like this one here is getting too much sun. I have to give it more shade. It's just like a lot of annoying little maintenance things that I have to get onto. So I need to treat a lot of my trees for spider mite, and I need to treat some trees for gunshot disease. Like, there's just annoying things that are interfering with my plants and not letting them just grow healthy. But yeah, I'm just giving the pond some fresh water, fresh oxygen in the water. You can see my little fishies in there. Hi, fishies. Also, I have this over my pond because there's a lot of neighborhood cats that were attacking my fish, and I lost a lot of fish due to cats. So I had to put this over the top now to try and protect them. And since I've had it, I haven't lost any more fish. but it just doesn't look as nice, I guess, and it is harder to see the fish with it, but it's better that they survive, I think. I was thinking of getting this bamboo grass and putting it, I think, is it bamboo grass or panda grass? I don't know. I was thinking of putting it all around the pond, just all the way around. Thought that might look really pretty, I thought. So I was thinking, because it is really cheap, this panda bamboo grass, and I thought if I put that all the way around the pond, I thought that would look really nice. And then it wouldn't matter that they're in pots, because the pond will kind of block it, so you won't see it so much. And it will look a lot more lush in here. I've got 3. I've got one there, one here, and another one back here. But I thought if I put another one here and here, and then maybe 2 here, so 4 more. And I thought, oh, that would look so pretty and lush and beautiful. And it will give more shade to the pond as well. These fish usually like it when I run the water in here. Wonder how they're dealing at the moment. I'm just rinsing off. Usually when I bring the hose onto the back patio, I do try to rinse the patio a little bit as well. Try to keep it clean. Just turn that off for now. And I might feed the fish. I'm just feeding them this. It's just goldfish granules. Oh, hi. Hi, Steven. How are you? Do you want to see my fish? This is my little fish pond. The fish are a little bit spooked at the moment, so I don't know if they're going to come up and eat. Here, fishies. Want to come eat some food? Here, fish. I think they got a bit spooked from me when I was putting water in. So it might take a while for them to come up and eat. And I've already fed them today, but I try to feed them twice a day. Oh, that's so exciting, Steven. That's so cool you guys are here. I have 3 fishies. See, there's 2 orange ones and a white one. But they're being really shy at the moment. A little bit scared. I'll show you my birdies too. These are the little birdies. Hi, birdies. Birdies, say hi, Steven. Say hi, Steven. This one's a girl. And the one at the back is a boy. Oh, it's not wanting to focus now. Hi, birds. Hello, birdies. Hello, kitties. They have some plants in here. Some are fake and some are real. I just wanted to make it a little bit more like nature so that they could feel happy even though they're in a cage. But yeah, the birds are really vibrant. Oh, I wish I'd come back to the front. Come over here, birdies. Maybe you can see them. Hi. They actually like it when I give them a bath. I'll show you how I give them a bath. Oh, now it's focused on them a little bit better. Hi, birds. So I get this bottle up here and I just spray it on the birds, and they usually really like it because it's like they're in the rain, and birds like a little birdie bath sometimes. Hi, birdies. They're kind of shaking off a little bit. And sometimes I'll spray it and they'll be cleaning themselves. They'll be cleaning under their wings and everything. It's really hard to see. Hi, birds. This cage though, if I paint it black, it'll help to see in there better, because apparently because it's silver, it's kind of like your eyes kind of focus on this before they go through. So apparently it makes it harder to see. And I've seen that when people paint it black, it makes it easier to actually see through into the cage instead of the focus being on the cage itself. But yeah, this is my little garden, Steven. We got all these flowers growing, all these plants growing crazy. It's going a little bit overboard. These are my little baby trees I've grown from seed. These are cherry trees. Little cherry trees. There's a plum trees, cherry trees, feijoa. There's a guava. Lots of maples, because I like my maple trees because they're really pretty and bright and vibrant. Look at that. Look how bright and vibrant that is. Oh, I think I got stuff on the screen. I just love how vibrant they are. And then there's nectarine tree in the corner. This is a cherry blossom, but it's struggling in the heat, so I had to take all the dead leaves off, and it's starting to put out new leaves. This is a peach bush. It's got beautiful peaches. Another plum tree. Let's see, we got some tomatoes down here. Lots of tomatoes. There's pumpkins growing in here, but they just keep growing, but they don't actually give me anything. They're a little bit annoying. This is cauliflower. There's a little bee flying around. I don't know if you can see that little bee. Tiny little bee. Hi, little bee. So cute. And there's another peach tree. There's blueberries. I got little blueberries. But it's at the end of the season, so a lot of the blueberries it's getting on here now are too tiny and yucky to eat. They're not as nice. And there's another blueberry bush over here. There's a couple of little blueberries, but yeah, they're at the end of the season, so they're not growing that good. These are orange. That's an orange tree, and some lemons. It's got some lemons on there. Some bird poop on the lemon. Can't eat that one. It's a bit yucky, isn't it? Unless you like that. Unless you like that sort of sauce on your lemons. Bye. Bye, Steven. Have fun watching Bluey. See you tomorrow. Thanks for coming. This is a dwarf peach. And this one gets lots of peaches, really all squished up, basically. It's kind of interesting. And a mulberry tree, nectarine tree. But yeah, I pretty much finished watering and doing everything in my garden now. Now I can go inside and study, do all that boring stuff. Bye, little fishies. Thanks for watching, everybody that came. I appreciate you, and yeah, helps to keep things a bit interesting when I'm just working in the garden. But have a good day. Bye.